when it comes down to books, people will always talk about what I want in a book, and if an author doesn't do it, their book is terrible. So 99% of the time, when I see people review books out there, they don't really try to stop and examine what the author was trying to achieve. And this to me is very bizarre, because there is this weird subculture. I call it a subculture because there is this weird subculture of hating romance and erotica books because they are terrible. And they are most of the time terrible and hated because they are romance and smut and there's nothing more to them. But I think this is complete. Of course, it's mostly with erotica books that have a lot of smut, and it is sometimes with romance books. But technically speaking, this weird subculture, I will say, it is just a subculture that is dedicated to attacking romance books. And I don't know if you're a romance reader or if you read a lot of romance. I technically don't. However, I read a lot of critique by other people. Even if I DNF a book, I will go out there and read reviews so that I can actually see the consensus of this book and why it doesn't work for me, and then understand why it works for other people. And so in my journeys to reading a lot of reviews, I have come across this weird subculture, this bizarre subculture where in every romance book in Goodreads, there is someone who is hating the story because of the basic things that a romance book is trying to achieve. And I really want to talk to you about this because I have also noticed it with 50 Shades of Grey, because I failed to review that book. And it was the first time I noticed this in my life. And I don't know if you have noticed it as well. And the reason why I failed to review the story, because I found myself giving it a 0 out of 5 stars. But then I went out there, okay, because I did something most people do not. And I actually looked up what the author was trying to achieve with the book. I looked at, some comments, and I stumbled upon a comment that said this was a fan fiction. And I immediately understood something. This story is terrible because initially it was written as a fan fiction, and it was nothing but the author trying to see their favorite characters bang each other. And this is when I realized, holy crap, I don't have to review this, because while this is a published book and people are making money off of it and I've read it, technically speaking, I shouldn't really waste my time reviewing it, because the author initially was not trying to go for literary prowess. They were not trying to create the next, epic, romantic masterpiece. They just wanted to see their characters fuck each other. It's that simple, right? And the objective of a lot of smut and erotica is to basically just make you horny. Yeah, it's to make you horny. The goal of a lot of these erotica books is not to have, a very detailed character development that is emotionally mature. It's to have characters fuck each other. And with this in mind, I think smut books and erotica books should be judged based on how well they make you horny. But it's weird to say that. It's not mainstream to say that. Technically speaking, people will review people will review some romance books that are really going for that, make you horny. And technically speaking, erotica books that are 100%, 99% of the time, just going to, right? Yeah. They will review those books on grounds of literary, on grounds of, does their character development? How good is the prose? How good is the dialogue? But I think they should be judged based on just how good is the sex. And that is something people don't want to admit. And that is something people are not willing to understand. It's that erotica books are basically just sex, okay? Don't go into them expecting anything else. And if you really judge these books based on, other criteria that they were not trying to achieve in the first place, you are judging a bird by how well it climbs a tree. I think Einstein at some point said something similar to this, or exactly this. If you tell a fish to climb a tree, yes, it's the fish example. If you tell a fish to climb a tree, it's going to spend, most of its life thinking it's a stupid fish. But erotica books are not bad. Romance books that are mostly interested in the sex are not bad. It's just that those books are trying to achieve that. And if you judge them on something else,
stop it. Get some help.
They should stop reviewing them as if it's a serious literature. It's not. It's just trying to make you horny. Go home, relax, have fun, masturbate while you read the books. Technically speaking, come And again, I want to clarify, people don't like stating this publicly. People don't like saying this publicly because it's kind of embarrassing. You're like, okay, so what do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? I like this book. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, they just don't want to admit that they enjoyed the book. They don't want to admit that they enjoyed reading the book. Anyhow, I hope you took something from this strange video. Honestly, by the way, it's been 15 minutes to 20 minutes of me completely rambling, and I've had no direction for this video whatsoever. I hope my future self can do a magical trick and make this make sense. Please, oh God, make this make sense. Have a nice day. Bye.